All right. All right, welcome everybody. This is our December healthy cooking demo. We've got Jordan Setzer with Nutrition and Family Sciences here again today, who will be our fabulous host. And she's got an assistant today, CJ, another one of the interns there helping. So we appreciate CJ. One thing is we do have a recipe guide, and I will get that out to everybody after the session today. So just hold tight. We will share those. And then for anybody who wants their 5 lifestyle rewards for attending today, I'll share the digital certificate of attendance at the end that you can take a quick photo or snip of. So stick around to the end for that. All righty. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Jordan.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our last Be Well food demo of the year. My name is Jordan, like she said, and today we will be talking about all of these new Christmas favorites for any parties you may have or any fun gatherings that you do over the Christmas season. If you're like me, I've been waiting all year long to celebrate Christmas. And so today we're gonna just kind of celebrate together. If you remember from our Thanksgiving food demo, I talked a little bit about how holidays and parties can get dangerous, I guess, for our health. We can easily go for the high sugar, high sodium, high fat foods because they're just widely available. But today I'm going to walk you through 3 different recipes that you guys can try with your kids or with your other family members and friends, just to help decrease some of those things and keep us on the right track. So today I will be making artichoke bites, spinach artichoke bites, chocolate covered pretzels, and I will be demonstrating how to put together a charcuterie board. Those are pretty popular right now. So I just thought that would give you some, if you don't know the word charcuterie, it's kind of those like cheese and fruit boards that you see a lot of nowadays. So yes, I am gonna get started and share my camera with you. Okay. So I already have my oven preheated to 375, and these are super easy to make. I have 2 cups of spinach already chopped. This was frozen, and it's super easy. You just let it thaw, and they did all the hard work for you. So this is 2 cups of this. And then I also have artichokes that I've already chopped, but just to show you how I did that, I drained the can first, and we use about 6 ounces of these. But all you do is you just chop them up into small pieces. You don't want any, because these are going in cups, like a muffin tin cup, you don't want any large pieces. So just like that. And then I have about 6 ounces here. So I'm just gonna dump this in here with the spinach. Then I'm gonna add, this is 3/4 cup of mozzarella, and I'm just gonna add half of that. And the rest will go on top of the cups when we're done. And then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of Parmesan. Okay. So one thing that's good about this recipe is that you can use all low-fat cheeses, or if you wanted to, if you remember, we made that roux for Thanksgiving, and you can easily replace the cheese in that with this and some mushrooms, or dairy-free options if you are dairy-free. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix this up real quick. I like this better than just the regular spinach artichoke dip because it's already portioned out for you, which you will see soon. So you don't overeat on anything, you can just grab one. And the spinach has lots of calcium and vitamin K, which is good for your bones and for blood clotting. Okay, now that that's mixed, I'm going to add half of this cream cheese. So about, the whole thing is 8 ounces, so about 4 ounces of cream cheese. And all of the recipes that we're doing today, you will be getting, I will send to Mariah right after this and she will forward to you. So I'm just gonna squeeze it out into the bowl. And then set this aside. And you wanna make sure that the cream cheese is nice and soft so you're able to work with it. So I'm just gonna stir this around. You just want to do that until you can kind of see that the cream cheese that we've added is just evenly distributed. Okay, so it's kind of coming together. And then finally, you can add minced garlic, but today I'm just going to use some garlic powder. And that's about probably half a teaspoon. Some pepper. And finally, some salt. Okay, and we'll stir it one last time. Okay, and set this aside. So for our spinach artichoke bites, we're using crescent dough. And you can use a regular muffin tin with this, or you can use a mini muffin tin just to decrease the sizes. These always scare me when I open them, so. One second. Now I'm just gonna open this, and you can use a cutting board, a floured surface, or do just like I'm doing and roll it out onto a cookie sheet. So you just want a nice 8 by 12 surface. And if you make a mistake and actually get the ones with the seams, just pinch the seams together and it turns out just like this one right here. So I'm gonna cut about 4-inch squares. If you use the mini pan, then you'll want about 2 inches. I'm just gonna cut like this. All the way down. Okay. And they turn out to be little squares. All right, so now that I've done that, I'm gonna get my muffin tin and place the squares over the tin. You don't have to press them down because they will form to the pan when you cook it. Okay. So for today, I'm only going to do about 8 of them. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of the mixture into each cup. Or probably around a little over that, just around a tablespoon. All right. Finally, I'm going to sprinkle the rest of our mozzarella on top of each cup. Okay. And place into the oven for about 15 to 17 minutes. Okay. And you will take them out from the oven when they are kind of like a golden brown and you can see that the cheese is cooked. All right, so next what we're going to make are chocolate covered pretzel sticks. So I've used white chocolate and dark chocolate almond bark. Almond bark is a cheaper version of melting chocolate that you can use, and it hardens super well. If you're dairy-free, then you can easily use dairy-free chocolate and melt that, and it will harden just the same. But all I'm doing, very simple, is following the directions on the back of the almond bark. So it just says to microwave it for 60 seconds and then stir it and then repeat for 15 seconds, just until it's good enough to stir evenly. But you want to be careful not to burn it, okay? So I'm going to place these in the microwave for about a minute. And I've used coffee mugs just because the handles are easier to grab and they don't get as hot. But you can use a tall glass or a bowl. I find that a tall glass or a tall mug is easier just to swirl the pretzel in, because we are using pretzel rods. And I've already lined my sheet with foil. And that's where we'll place them after they're done. And you can use any sprinkles you want. You can make them into snowmen, you can make them into penguins. And this is really fun to do with your kids or anybody that comes to visit you over the holidays. So that was about a minute. I'm gonna stir it. And I'll use a different spoon for that. Kind of melted, but a little longer. So we'll just repeat for 15 seconds each time. See how that's melting very easily? Wait, 15 more seconds. These are a good alternative to cookies, pies, or any other sweet things that you might make, just because they're one, lower in sugar, but they're just colorful and smaller than regular desserts.
Hey, Jordan, we've got some really good discussion in the chat about almond bark. Would you be able to speak to the difference between almond bark and chocolate? That's what the discussion is centered around.
That's a really good question. I actually don't know. Dr. Landry, do you have any idea?
Let me chime in for a minute. Sorry.
Yep.
There we go. Okay, so almond bark is made from vegetable fats and the like flavoring. So whereas chocolate is made with like cocoa butters. And so the oil, the vegetable fats, vegetable oils that are made, that are used to make the almond bark, make it more of a dipping, makes it melt easier, and it's make it where it can be used to coat things better. Whereas like chocolate, if you use just like chocolate chips, semi-sweet or milk chocolate chips, and you melt it, it'll get like what we call bloom on it after it's melted, and then it hardens again. And so the bloom is just, it's safe to eat, it's just not pretty. And so it has like kind of a white powdery look to the chocolate. So that's why almond bark is preferable to use as melting or dipping. So sometimes like in fondue, things like that, you'll also see almond bark because it just melts better, it's more consistent, and it looks better after it cools.
So now I'm just taking.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Vicki.
Is it healthier than like chocolate?
So chocolate milk, I don't know that I would say healthier, just different depending on your goal. So like dark chocolate, like really dark chocolate with the cacao in it, has those like polyphenols and things that are good for your heart. But just like a Hershey's chocolate or something doesn't have those same things because it's so processed and it's mostly dairy. The almond bark is going to have a little bit fewer calories, and it's also not going to be a saturated fat. So I mean, there's trade-offs. You know, people think of almond bark as kind of like a fake chocolate because it doesn't have cocoa in it. It's just coloring and flavoring. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's healthier or not healthier. It's just different.
So I'm just coating these with sprinkles and laying them on the sheet, just like this. And you will see that they'll harden up, and you can even put them in the fridge to speed up the process. But I'm just swirling them around in the mug, letting it drip. Spinning it around. Okay. So they're very pretty, and you can add literally anything you want. Sprinkles that have sparkles, or I saw some really cool different kinds of sprinkle mixes at Walmart that would be fun. But yeah, so that's just a simple, easy recipe that you can use with your kids. It's easy in the kitchen, and it takes no time at all. The next thing we will be doing are cheese boards. So you can use a cutting board, you can use a wooden board, whatever you have available. You don't have to go buy a large wooden board if you don't have one. You can use a plate if that's all you have. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is look at the cheeses that we have. So today we have this, I think it's Boursin. I can't really pronounce this, but it's just a garlic and herb cheese. And then we have brie. You can use any cheeses that you would like, or if you are dairy free, you don't have to use any cheese at all. You can substitute with hummus or dairy-free dips. So the first thing you want to do is place the cheeses on the board. Just unraveling that. Okay. So because those take up the most space, we want to work everything else around them. So next you'll do your meats and your crackers. You can use prosciutto, you can use salami or pepperonis, but today we are going to use, I think this is turkey. Yes, just turkey breast. You can use ham, whatever you have available. Now I'm going to take a piece of the turkey. And I'm just going to fold it into like a little triangle and place one on top of each other. So it's a little different than just laying it on the platter. That. Okay, and then you can use any crackers that you want. If you use different colored crackers, it makes it more colorful. Of course. And this is just a variety pack you can find at Walmart, but the long crack, they have different sizes and shapes that are super fun. And I'm just gonna lay these around the cheeses. Just kind of outline them. Just put some under here. There's really no wrong way or right way to do it. Just work with what you have. The prettiest boards are the ones with the most colors. So you can utilize any fresh fruits and vegetables that you have on hand or that you enjoy. So I'm going to use today an apple. It's a little. Okay, so I'm just going to cut the apple in half. This. And make little slices. This. So now that we have our apple, I'm just gonna lay it on the board. And again, I know I'm gonna say this so many times, but you can really do whatever you want and get creative. So I'm gonna fan it out. Here for now. And I've also washed some grapes for me to add onto this board. So I'm just gonna layer them like this. And I find that the messiest boards are the ones that draw the most attention. So when I say messy, don't be scared to just make a lot of layers and place things on top of each other, people will just grab whatever they want. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is place this little bowl here and add some hummus. These are good for our non-dairy eaters. I'm just going to add some of that. Okay. So you can see how it's kind of all coming together. And then some broccoli. That I'm going to add over here. And you might be thinking again, why is she putting everything on top of each other or mixing fruits and vegetables like this? But the more you mix, the prettier it comes out looking. So you could even add like sliced carrots or cucumbers, red bell peppers. And then finally, I have just a mixed nut mix. And what I'm going to do is literally just drop the nuts on here. Just all over. And if you're more type A and you like things in an order, that is totally fine. You can easily do whatever you want, use bowls for everything and place them all around each other, or do like I'm doing right now. And then you'll go back and you'll notice some holes, so you'll just fill it with whatever you can find. Okay. I'm going to lay these just like this. And brie is really good with honey or any jams that you might have, or prosciutto. Okay, so there's the final board. And CJ just removed our spinach artichoke bites from the oven. So we're gonna give you a final look and wrap it up. So that's what they look like when they're done. And that is all I have today.
Great job, Jordan. For everybody attending, I'm popping a survey evaluation in the chat. If I can spell here, survey link in the chat. Here it comes. If you wouldn't mind, it takes just about a minute or two to complete. That just helps us give Jordan some feedback on her presentation today. Thought you did a great job. And then let me share my screen real quick. We can come back to looking at the food here because that's really more exciting. But let me share my screen and show you how you can get your 5 points for today. All right, let's see. Can you all see my screen? Hopefully you can. We're going to go with yes. I'm using multiple screens right now. There we go. Oh boy, I don't know if that's working. Can someone turn your mic on and let me know if y'all can see that? Okay, you can. Great. Okay, sorry, technical difficulties today. So you can take a screenshot or a snip, a grab, however you want, and grab that and get your 5 points. Don't send it to me. Please submit it to your account on My Health Check 360. And this goes for anybody watching recorded as well. You can do the same process to get your 5 points for today.
Mariah,
I will
arrow to back up a couple times.
Mariah, I can't see
We see
the
a black screen.
certificate.
Okay, that's what I was asking. Can you all see it now?
No, it went up and then it took it completely.
Yeah, let me try it again. I don't know what's going on. Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can see it
Okay.
through.
Okay, it's probably not in presentation mode. My Zoom is messing up. There's blue lines and who knows what else. Hopefully y'all can grab that. I will also send this on email as well, along with the recipe booklet. So if you can't grab it now, don't worry about it. I will send it to you in just a few minutes after Jordan's just got to add a few things to the booklet. I hope y'all can't hear my children behind me. They're going to get in trouble. Okay. I'm home on lunch right now. All right, y'all. Have a great afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us.